Saudi-led coalition launched military strikes in Yemen's Al-Dhale governorate on January 7, hitting targets amid a deepening rift with a key southern ally. At least 4 civilians were killed and 6 others were wounded, according to hospital sources in Al-Dhale who spoke to AFP about the casualties. The strikes followed a sharp escalation with the UAE-backed Southern Transitional Council, or STC, which has been clashing with forces aligned to the Saudi-backed government. The Saudi-led coalition has accused STC leader al-Zubaidi of dodging crisis talks that were supposed to take place in Riyadh. Al-Zubaidi was ordered to travel to Saudi Arabia within 48 hours for emergency discussions over the spiraling situation in southern Yemen. The talks were meant to defuse STC attacks and advances in Hadramaut and Al-Mara provinces, where the group had been pushing against government positions. Al-Zubaidi was supposed to fly on January 6, but failed to board a Yemenia Airways flight, according to reporting by TRT World. The flight was reportedly delayed for hours on the tarmac before finally departing without the STC leader on board. The Saudi-led coalition said intelligence indicated that al-Zubaidi had mobilized a large armed force despite calls for de-escalation. A Saudi spokesman claimed the STC force included armored vehicles, heavy and light weapons, and large quantities of ammunition. According to Riyadh, the force left Aden around midnight and began moving towards Al-Dhale governorate in a clear show of strength. The coalition said airstrikes began around 4 a.m. local time to stop the advance and prevent a wider clash, according to early reports. Turki al-Malki said, and I quote, "Following coordination with the legitimate government and National Shield Forces, the coalition forces conducted a limited preemptive strike at 0400 to disable those forces and thwart what al-Zubaidi was aiming to accomplish: conflict escalation and spread into Al-Dhale governorate. During this time, information was made available to the legitimate government and the coalition that al-Zubaidi has mobilized a large military force, including armored and combat vehicles, heavy and light weapons and munitions." The Southern Transitional Council urged Saudi Arabia to halt the air raids and said it had lost contact with its negotiating delegation in Riyadh. The group insisted that Zubaidi remained in Aden, overseeing military and security operations, denying claims that he was avoiding talks. Instead, the council denied fleeing the capital and accused Riyadh of unfairly targeting southern forces that had once been its partners. Sources within the STC reported more than 15 strikes in the province, according to accounts cited by The Guardian. The STC, backed by the UAE, is a separatist group that seeks to restore an independent South Yemen roughly along pre-1990 borders. In December, STC forces seized control of Hadramaut and Mara after clashes with internationally recognized government troops. Both provinces border Saudi Arabia and together cover nearly half of Yemen's land area, giving them huge strategic weight. Riyadh had warned the STC against advancing further, but the group pushed ahead, defying Saudi pressure and red lines. The STC once fought alongside the Saudi-backed government against the Houthis in the north as part of a common front. Now, southern infighting threatens to splinter that front originally built to face the Iran-backed Houthis, weakening anti-Houthi efforts. Notably, the Houthis remain the dominant force in North Yemen and still hold the capital, Sana'a, consolidating their position as others feud in the south.